In 2019, Ghana established her first policy think tank dedicated to foreign policy and international affairs. The Council on Foreign Relations Cfr-Ghana, an independent, private, non-partisan and non-profit institution, was officially inaugurated on February 26, 2019 by President Akufo-Addo. But it was a dream brought to fruition by a handful of like-minded individuals led chiefly by the journalist and diplomat Ambassador Cabral Blay Amihie and public servant and veteran diplomat Ambassador D.K. Osei, who is the founding president of Cfr-Ghana. Other founding members of Cfr-Ghana include Brigadier General Francis Esiedu Ajemfra, Ambassador Lawrence R.A. Satu, Egbert Fable Jr., Abraham Agbozo, the late Kojo Benti Enchil, Kweku Sechiado, and Dr. Linda Ekweopoma Dakwa. Founding members spent many hours on weekends huddling and haggling over the fine points of corporate governance, the law, diplomacy, communications and public relations, and even the aesthetics and nuances of typefaces, fonts, and logos. Despite its 2019 birth, Cfr-Ghana's conception occurred much earlier, with its official registration at the Registrar General's on February 23, 2011. After 8 years during which no foreign affairs think tank emerged among civil society organizations, its originators decided this was an idea whose time had come.
We find ourselves in a world confronted by a multiplicity of challenges. We continue to witness a recession, a regrettable recession, in the spirit of multilateralism, together simultaneously with the growth of globalization and an upsurge in the digital revolution. These challenges constitute opportunities and risks, which have the potential to revolutionize foreign policy and international relations. In light of these, we need a strong, reputable policy think tank to ensure that stakeholders are well informed to enable them contribute meaningfully to the defense and promotion of the national interest. I would therefore expect Cfr-Ghana to assist us to keep our eyes on the ball in a manner that allows us to deal with critical challenges at home, on the continent, and amongst multilateral institutions. Not only are you expected to be facilitators in improving policymaking and execution, but you're also to act as agents of social change.
I am certain, Mr. President, that once you set the record of high regard for the Council's work, succeeding presidents, regardless of their political inclination, will want to keep up the institution and tradition.
In the last 24 months, the Cfr-Ghana has struck a formidable partnership with both state and non-state actors to deepen public discourse, share knowledge about national, regional, continental and global conversations, and make inputs.
Our aim is to make the continent a better continent. Our aim is to, through foreign policy, bring economic development to Ghana. If in our modest way we're able to engage the real players for them to take our views into consideration, and we see an improvement as a result of our contribution, the Council will be very, very happy.
The Council also serves as a platform for public consultations and reference point for many international organizations and diplomacy-focused institutions, including the Foreign Ministry.
It brings on board different perspectives, really, to engage on contemporary international issues such as multilateralism, regional and continental matters, integration, peace and security, and so on and so forth. They really have contributed to demystifying foreign relations, what it stands for, what it means. And they've also done well in correcting that erroneous impression that diplomacy is about whining and dining.
One can recall what happened between us and the Ivory Coast, this protracted Itlos case. Aftermath of the ruling, the two presidents came together and built a solid and admirable relations. I can tell you that all those feats were not just achieved by one person. There's a multitude of experienced foreign relation personalities behind, giving the needed counsel and advice. You can look at what happened at Togo, a near clash. Yet, eventually, we restored calm. Recent times, what happened at Ivory Coast again, in terms of their elections, again, we restored peace. These things are not happening by chance. I'm telling you confidently. It's happening as a result of conscious decisions made by leadership with the support of dependable personalities manning the foreign councils.
Modeled on well-established think tanks such as the Council of Foreign Relations in the USA and Chatham House in the United Kingdom, the Council on Foreign Relations Ghana is carving a niche for itself.
We're looking forward to expanding our activities, like international collaboration, expanding our publications agenda, because one of the aims of the Council is to encourage its members to publish their memoirs. Because as you know, many distinguished Ghanaian diplomats and international civil servants who have a story to tell, whose memoirs can contribute to the training of our diplomats and also contribute to sharing their experiences with an aim of improving our foreign policy formulation.
One of Cfr-Ghana's main channels for public engagement is its distinguished guest lecture series. This is a forum for high-profile international personalities to share their perspectives on a variety of topics and themes. The main speaker in the series was British politician and diplomat Baroness Valerie Amos, at the time Director of the School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London.
The global financial crisis resulted in banks being bailed out, then countries cut public spending and raised taxes to pay for it. If we look at Europe, major EU member states imposed massive debt obligations on poorer nations like Greece and Portugal, and people suffered. Workers lost their jobs, industries were decimated, communities devastated, relationships changed forever. That was the price of austerity. No wonder that tens of millions of people are now demanding different leaders from outside the political establishment who understand their day-to-day lives, their struggles and their fears, and who understand the way that local and national identities have been challenged by the social and economic changes we are seeing.
Baroness Amos currently heads University College, Oxford. She was followed by Ghanaian diplomat Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, who is the UN Secretary General's Special Representative for West Africa and the Sahel.
Given the current and future dynamics and ramifications of conflict, no single entity, be it state, regional, international, or non-state, is capable of responding to these challenges alone. Several actors are indeed necessary, and building a coalition of the like-minded and committed is unavoidable. The prospects for peace are therefore ultimately defined by the quality of partnerships as measured by inclusivity, consensus, capacity, and anchored on national, not merely state, ownership. Given the potential implications of dynamics in neighboring countries on peace and security in Ghana, it is imperative that the country pays particular attention to its regional diplomacy through effective partnerships within the framework of ECOWAS.
Next was the Ecuadorian politician and president of the 73rd session of the UN General Assembly, Maria Fernanda Espinosa Garces, and then a European Commission Vice President and former Prime Minister of Finland, Jyrki Katainen. They covered such themes as Brexit implications for Africa, multilateralism, security in West Africa, Africa-EU alliance, and peaceful democratic elections in West Africa. The coronavirus pandemic destabilized many economies across the globe in the year 2020, killing hundreds of thousands of people and ruining even the strongest economies. But Cfr-Ghana did not let the pandemic get in its way as it adapted to the new reality. Consequently, it hosted a lecture with limited physical attendance given by the Nigerian Nobel Literature Laureate Wole Soyinka on the topic Afro-Pessimism Against Horizons of Ebri Optimism.
Why are our leaders, even at the expense of internal cohesion, so stuck on power? From time to time, as I keep saying, there are the positive areas, zones, but then we become complacent and we get very cruelly punished for our over-optimism. And we ask, isn't it much safer to be thoroughgoing pessimists so that we're not unpleasantly surprised?
It also hosted the Deputy Secretary General of the UN, Mrs. Amina Mohammed, fully online from New York on the topic Multilateralism at 75. What next? Another area treated by the Council captured COVID-19 and its impact on global affairs with Ambassador William Awinado Kanyirege, who is a Cfr-Ghana member and Ghana's former High Commissioner to Nigeria and Ambassador to Ethiopia, and Mr. Ken Thompson, Cfr-Ghana member and Chief Executive of Dalex Finance, as lead discussants. A Cfr-Ghana member and a former director of the Economic Commission for Africa, Professor Techua Menu, and Director, Western Africa Division, UN Department of Political and Peace-Building Affairs and Peace Operations, Dr. Abdel Fattah Musa, led a discussion on the topic Towards Peaceful Elections 2020 in West Africa.
The Council has done a tremendous job this past 2 years. I think the Distinguished Lecture Series fills a void in the discourse about foreign affairs in the country. It also fills a void in intellectual discourse generally, not even specific to foreign affairs, but also gives us a leeway to look at the issues that affect our country and then affects the sub-region. We've had fairly distinguished personnel on the series, and I think that we'll continue to invite such caliber of people to shed light on foreign affairs.
The Council has published annual reports and 2 editions of its journal, The Baobab. The journal captures a range of features and essays on subjects such as responsibility to protect R2P, peacekeeping, sub-regional security, Ghana in the United Nations Peace Operation, renaming the Gold Coast Ghana, Charles Taylor's journey into exile and prison, and various aspects of the life of the late Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Kofi Annan, among others. A 183-page book that chronicles the diplomatic stewardship and experiences of Cfr-Ghana's Ambassador Osei was launched in September. Titled Privileged Conversations, Adventures of an African Diplomat, the memoir shared some major events in the former ambassador's foreign service career, which spanned over 4 decades. With a desire to increase its membership, the Cfr-Ghana in November 2019 inducted 17 new members. They included Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu, now a Justice of Ghana's Supreme Court. In the coming months, Cfr-Ghana hopes to tackle an array of themes including Pan-African trade, leveraging on Ghana as host of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, It is the first time Accra is hosting a continental body, despite its pioneering role in Pan-Africanism since the mid-20th century.
One of the objectives of the Council is to provide advisory services to international organizations who might be interested in the expertise that's available in the Council. So we have been in discussions with the Secretariat of AFTA, and we want to formalize a relationship between us and the Secretariat so that we can, on a continuous basis, provide advisory services. Because if you are looking forward to an expansion of trade among African countries, it's always useful to look at the history of the trade. And within the Council, we have a lot of people who were part and parcel of the negotiations that have led to the establishment of free trade. We have experts who are from industry. We have businessmen who are members of the Council, who are the ones who are supposed to benefit from AFTA, and they have ideas.
So, how does one summarize the activities and performance of Cfr-Ghana over the last 2 years?
The Council clearly has come to stay, and from its inception, which I was at, you can see that the quality of human resource which has been put together is one that will really advance the cause of foreign relations, the cause of international diplomacy, and our ability to harness all of this talent, a rich pool of talent, which hitherto had not been tapped. So it's a laudable initiative. It has served us well. And as ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee in the 7th Parliament, I will argue very strongly and forcefully that it did enrich my capacity to deliver on my mandate.
With regards to the Foreign Ministry, there has been constant engagement with us. They have collaborated with us on many, many fronts, and we have benefited from their publications and contributions of the Council on very topical issues on foreign relations, foreign policy. So it's been good. Our perspectives are unique. They give us insights that has helped us in many ways in the ministry. Fellows of the Council as well have been people that we have used because they're statesmen and women. So we've used them as special envoys on some occasions. So all in all, it's been a very good engagement.
The Council is now looking to bring on board a mentoring program where you have some of Council members mentor the youth from universities, from other tertiary institutions in different areas that they have expertise in. In fact, we've started signing some MOUs with other institutions overseas. But why not start from Ghana? Because it's important for our youth to be more involved and know about foreign policy. I think it's not advocated enough. And you think that it's only international relations degree holders who should know much about the foreign policy of Ghana, but that shouldn't be the case.
We are undertaking a number of initiatives, fundraising initiatives to bring in money. We are appealing both to the corporate world, but also trying to leverage relationships with other financiers to get in some money, because we need that to prosecute our mandate.
We've already been in touch with a number of institutions. For the last month, we've been talking to institutions in the Netherlands and in England, in Nigeria, and the USA. So we're looking at expanding our sources of funding. But for now, even though it has not been easy, I think we should be happy with how the Council has functioned in spite of all these constraints.
Cfr-Ghana will continue to expand its membership to capture specialists, ranging anywhere from chieftaincy and traditional governance through international public health and the environment to the frontiers of space. The key, Cfr-Ghana believes, is to grow without compromising on substance, relevance, integrity, and independence. Foreign policy, human rights, gender politics, these and more are a lot to keep track of, and yet they affect our daily lives.